Welcome to Market Moves ETX. This podcast is hosted by David McAtee, a real estate agent with Realty One Group Rose in Tyler, Texas. Each episode is created for East Texans who want a clearer understanding of the local real estate market. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or simply staying informed, you'll get straightforward insights, local context, and practical guidance without pressure or hype. Let's get started.
One question I hear quite a bit is how to negotiate the best deal when you're buying a home. A lot of people think negotiation is about making the lowest offer possible, but that usually isn't the whole story. The truth is that a good negotiation starts long before the first offer is ever written. I don't have a crystal ball, and no agent does. What I can do is help you understand the market, look at the facts, and make decisions that give you the strongest position possible. That approach has served my clients much better than trying to guess what might happen next. One of the biggest mistakes buyers make is focusing only on the purchase price. Price certainly matters, but so do closing costs, repair requests, inspection periods, financing terms, and even the timing of the closing. Sometimes a seller will accept a slightly lower offer because the overall package gives them more confidence that the transaction will actually make it to the closing table. I believe negotiations work best when everyone stays realistic. If a home is priced fairly and there are multiple interested buyers, coming in with an extremely low offer may not accomplish what you hope it will. Instead, it can cause the seller to move on to someone else before a real conversation ever begins. That's why I spend time looking at comparable sales and current market activity before advising anyone on an offer. I want my clients to understand what similar homes have actually sold for instead of relying on emotion or online opinions. The market responds to value, not to what any of us wish the price would be. Early in my real estate career, I learned some lessons that changed how I approach every client relationship. One of those lessons came after I spent months helping buyers who eventually purchased through another agent because we didn't have the proper agreement in place. It was disappointing, but it reminded me that good preparation protects everyone involved. That experience also reinforced something I still believe today. Real estate isn't about trying to win at someone else's expense. It's about creating a process where people understand their choices and feel confident about the decisions they're making. Negotiation also requires patience. Sometimes the first response from a seller isn't the final answer, and sometimes waiting a little while before reacting leads to a much better outcome. Keeping emotions under control is often one of the greatest advantages a buyer can have. Communication matters just as much as numbers. A respectful conversation between agents can solve problems that paperwork alone never will. When people stay professional and focused on solutions, everyone has a better chance of reaching an agreement that feels fair. I serve, I don't sell, and that belief shapes every negotiation I'm involved in. My responsibility is to give honest advice, even if it isn't what someone hoped to hear. I'd rather help a client make a wise decision than encourage them to pursue a deal that doesn't make sense. Sometimes that means recommending that a buyer walk away. If inspections reveal major problems or the numbers simply don't work, there's nothing wrong with stepping back. There will always be another opportunity, and protecting your long-term financial well-being is more important than forcing one transaction to happen. Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions most people will ever make. It deserves thoughtful planning, honest conversations, and a willingness to look beyond the excitement of finding the perfect house. When you combine preparation with realistic expectations, you put yourself in the best position to negotiate successfully. At the end of the day, the best deal isn't always the lowest price. The best deal is the one that gives you confidence, fits your goals, and allows you to move forward without unnecessary surprises. That's the kind of outcome I want for every person I have the privilege of helping.
Thanks for listening to Market Moves ETX podcast. For more local real estate insights and written articles, visit marketmovesetx.com. If you'd like to connect directly, you can reach David at 903-437-7126. That's 903-437-7126. Market Moves ETX podcast is hosted by David McAtee with Realty One Group Rose in Tyler, Texas. We'll see you in the next episode.